Hello, welcome to yet another video. Now, this is the current state of the game. Or, not game, really. The current state of the app. We have blocks and nodes which are identical as of now, but can move around. That is all. But, what we want to achieve is something like this one. Our nodes are just an icon, really, together with the title, where each of the blocks will have an input part where we can drag wires from a node or the output part of the blocks into a block. I said it in the most complicated way possible, almost, even though it's rather simple. With a title, and we'll work on coloring as well. But for now, what we'll do, I only have an hour to record on this time, so I'm not sure about fully what we can do. But we'll at least try to do the associations part, meaning that we'll be mostly working in this JavaScript file right here, I think. So let's give it a try. First off, whenever I add each of these... Oh. Let's fix that part first. The block. There was that one property of the text which allowed it to just adjust itself. Where is it? You have wrap mode, but we don't want it to wrap really. We just want it to go further down in size. And it goes above a specific... It goes above a specific width. It should have been there somewhere. I'm not using a different version of QML right now, am I? Different version of Qt-Quick? Font size mode. Here it is. We want to change the font size mode to be text.fit. And we can try text.horizontal fit first. So, yeah, we have cop. Works as per usual. But then I want to put in bad copper plate. Aha! And it got sized down. If we then do copper plate creature. Ah, that works. How about this? Cool. Copper plate creature. Yeah, right. It works to a limit. In that case, let's see. We'll take this text and copy it. Then we'll see what happens if you do just text.fit. And add in wrap mode. Oh, hold on, I gotta research more about wrap mode first. Text schema type. There. Word wrap. One I want. Text dot word wrap. Eh? Hold on now. What? Per plate? Interesting. So when it wraps, it for some reason also goes down. Vertical alignment, V center. Right, that's also wrong. Line top. Works, works. 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 So we do use some rather extensive testing on this part here, just to check the edge cases. Perfect. Now this is just how I want it. Doesn't take that to the top part no matter what. Now, it seems. And by default, it's rather big, rather scaled up. Do I want it to go along the whole width? Or do I want some margin on that anchor? I'll keep it that way for now. Now let's go back to think about the JavaScript. Because what will have to happen now is that I need a class for each of these things. Oh, did I close the picture? I closed the picture. As each type of thing will have its assigned color. Like when you type copper wire, I want you to be able to go over here in associations, find copper wire, then put in a square icon, and put in a color for all of the lines that use copper wire. I guess square icons will do just fine. I guess it's really only those things. Those two things. If you want on associations. Could also craft time, but that's a bit too specific to this case. Right then. Okay, so in here, I want a class called tech. As after all, this is a tech tree. Do you not use arguments? You don't. Okay, I'm a bit unsure about the capitalization in QML. So let's just quickly go back to my game here. No, I do not want it to be the active project. Animals. Class animal. Yes, here we need to have a big letter. And constructor is the first thing. Where there is no needed thing to put in, it seems. All of these are things I chose myself, so a bit different from Python in that regard. Right then, class text. Constructor. Okay, when constructing this, is it self I'm supposed to use? But anyways, we want to add in name. Each of these will need, okay, each of these will need a name. Each of them will need a, well, not per se need. So the picture is default to none. And the color, yes, is default to white. Just something to contrast that black we have over here. That way, maybe it's a bit stupid to have no association screen be a different color. As black is the only color they won't use. No, we'll make it distinct enough. It will be fine. Okay. Now, how is self done in here? Yeah, in Python it's called self, but in JavaScript it's called this. Say this, but name equal to name. This dot color is equal to color. Not color animation. This dot picture equal to picture. I guess for picture it will just be a string to a path. So if I do this, Then I'll check if it's the string none. Well, yeah, everything. Let's see, importing it to QL, into QL, import, file name, that's what you want. So here, right, which side do you want it on the main or on the block? Well, on the main if each association. I think these sort of things can be done on either side. Okay. Right on. In this, let's see, we'll make a text list. We do need to specify var here. Yes, we do. Var text is a list. And every time we make a new tag, we want the text list to include this tag. That will reference the direct ID of the tag, the direct object. But then we also need to make a different function. Because now I want to check whether before I make a new tag, I want to check whether there are texts with that name already. Or if it will make another new one for the list in association. So let's make a function check tag. That takes in name, then for text. Is that allowed in JavaScript? Or am I thinking too Pythonic here? I'm thinking too Pythonic here. For I is... No, I think there is a way in JavaScript to do a for loop where we directly loop the iterate item. Yeah, there are ways. For a const thing of things. For a const thing of lists. For a constant... No, it's a variable constant, not a constant at all. It's a bit weird. I guess it just makes more sense for the JavaScript in this case. Weirdly enough. Oh, it's for const tech. Oh. Text. I want to check if tech dot name is equal to name. If so, return true. Ah, 3 false values. Why did it not give me a color? Lowercase is correct. And if the loop finishes without that happening, it will just return false. So true if it exists, false if it doesn't. So I say add right, then we jump back to block naming. Which is this pop-up here. Okay, so it will make the QML object first. And then after that, I want you to make the JavaScript object. So the text, no. Text, dot text. Huh? I just say new text dot text dot text text dot text text as name. Got it. So I know before I used to assign variables to them like this. But now I don't want any variable in here. Okay, then console.log text.text. Aha! Okay, so that does add the object. Let's see, copper, iron. That added 2 separate objects to the list. If we then again do copper, you'll see a third object is added. That there is exactly what we want with the text there. So if not text dot what's the call my function again? Text text. So if that tag does not exist, then we want to create it. What do you mean expected token? Because I'm supposed to use that instead. If not text dot text, then new text. So hopper, added a new object. Iron, added a new object. Copper, added a third object. Here, if text.name is equal to name. Okay, here I just want to lock the console. Let's change up the code a bit then. Lever, that, lever equals false. There we just set lever to be true. And then down here we'll console.log text.name. Oh, not there then. In here. Text.name plus then plus name and then plus level. So now we'll get the function written out. Pepper. I mean, loop never happened. I run. Okay. Now it's checking undefined. Text.name is undefined apparently. And there are so many. It shouldn't be looping for that much. Come on, the rest. Iron. Where? Object. It is taking it as a string. Did I set it to the list? Oh, wait. Is it because you need to do append? data type plus something onto a list. No. I guess I'll have to look at my old code yet again. I don't like having to do it like this. Doesn't feel like I've advanced in the language at all. Feels like I would just backtrack without much I have to go back to the code I wrote. So that's what's a very bad thing to enter. Let's see. Item. Because this here will add itself to many lists. Push. Push is the JavaScript wording for the Python append. So now if you push this onto text, now we should get a different result. Hopper. Yes, now it's no object is even in a parenthesis. And then iron. Added as a separate object in a list. And now checked copper is not iron. And then we do another instance of copper. Copper is true. Yeah. That's when there is because I sort of should have done liver here, but copied this part here. But I return false, not lever. That's why it's broke now, I think. So the same thing again. Copper. Added. I'll copy copper now. Oops. Made another copper. Interesting. Iron. Now the list is bigger. Copper. Adding a third copper. And yes, it works. That's why does it not slug this anymore? Here you go. Copper is true, therefore it did not add a second copper. And then copper is iron is false. It only loops between copper and iron. If now do steel, it will check against both copper and iron, and both are false. If then I again do iron, it will say it's true, because iron is iron, but it's not steel, not copper. Perfect. So we have a list of 3 different objects, even though we have 6 different blocks on screen. And of course, this should be the same for nodes. Yeah, it being a node does not change anything. Perfect. Very nice. Now adding in a color, specific color for items should be very, very easy. I think. Because, well, yeah, we'll have to do some QML code again. Oh. Parking, window close. Okay, here we have the board. Here we have associations. Want it so that whenever we change to association, I wanted to reload the association thingy, but that's something we'll do after we add in the code here. So I guess, yeah, the entire association screen can just be a list model. Or a list view. Anchors dot fill parent dot anchors dot margins 5. Need to add in a delegate. Here we'll add a component. Which will be association line. Which, let's just have an item there for now. Which will just layouts dot fill height true. No. Height. I want to be root dot height divided by 18, maybe. 12. But it will do layout dot fill width should be true. Let's say the model, well, delegate is the association line. The model will be a bit more tricky because here I think well, here it will be just be text.text. But I sort of doubt that will update itself. I mean, let's see. We'll add a rectangle into each of these. That will be color black. Black. And it will do layout. Well, it won't be in a layout. It will just do anchors. Anchors to fill parent. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting to put into my list here. Clip through. But what more? Maybe it's Maybe it's right. We'll try it out. So now association blank, as it should be. But after adding copper, association should no longer be blank, but it is. So I need this. Is the model changed? Yes. So in other words, I'll need a name here. Association lists view. Just a very, very basic, simple name. And whenever we add a thing in, we'll say that the list changed, that the model changed. So now empty, we'll say copper is a thing now, still empty. Height 50. Still empty. Why? Okay. If I say A, B, C as input to this model, it's still empty. But there's something wrong on this end. Okay, good. I thought it was about to be something way worse. Okay, just in case this here messed it up, let's get rid of it. I want to be able to separate them out, so let's do anchors.margin pi over here as well. Okay. This is in theory a vidlet rectangle, so maybe that has something to do with it. The height 800 width 800. Didn't fix it. Instead of layout fill width, let's do width 200. There we go. So in other words, it did not like to use fill width here. So width parent dot width. And if you now go back to your anchored version, now I have bars across the whole thing. I want those bars to have a particular height. That seems pretty natural. Copper. So the name will take to around here, I guess. Then the small icon. Then the color. Actually, I might as well keep these black bars and put everything in those. I mean, yeah, why not? Now let's see if we undo this part. Then it will be blank. But if I add copper, it should stop being blank. So let's just make sure it checks that the model has changed. That does not work. Well, in this case, I guess we can try to make a list using just names. Make a tech registry where we just push the name of it. Where? What? Proper. Says. Ah, okay. Do you remember messing around with this a whole bunch before too? Do I need to add in a list view for the thing? And there, let's look the start here. Here we have a list model. Okay, so I guess I just gave up on using JavaScript lists for models which I want to change in the future. And so that's it. How do I update the model in here? Option manager. Okay, so the list view, the model, I set model index for here. And then just set visible to true afterwards. But that's just in this case I can expect. I believe. So all I need to do is return get the model for every function. Every time I want to use it. Okay. Let's make a function in here called function populate association. This here will take in the list view, list model. And here we no longer need the tag register. Like, did I? I didn't even try the text register. Or maybe I did. So yeah, we'll just remove the tag registry altogether. In here. For const tag in text. I will I will need an index as well. So I guess for I equals 0, I lower than text.length I plus plus. Yeah, we'll just test it right away with no console log first. That's it. What we want to do then is let model dot set I tech well text at I. I never called the new function. List view that. Let's try that out first. That's a over here. Then we need a list model ID association model. That will be the model over here. And when all of that is done, I want to do text dot populate association list view association list model. Copper. Invalid right. Let I equals 0. Copper. Added a new line. Iron. Added a new line. Iron again. Did not add a new line. Perfect. And now, if I replace the part in here, that's it. In here, we'll have a text. Where the text is model data dot name color white. Let's give that a try. Proper. Name of undefined. Model.name. Proper. Ah! Adding more coppers, fonts change that. Adding more iron. We'll add another one. Steel. And it still doesn't matter if I add another copper or iron. Perfect. Now you get one association per unique item, per unique tech you put in. Perfect. Now let's see, we want that text to look a bit nicer. Let's just use the same text things as we did there. Copper. Get rid of that one. Align left. Copper. Perfect. Almost. X5. And this will be parental with -10. Copper. Very nice. That looks nice. I guess the whole bar here could be colored the color of that we choose. Oh, the clock is 7. Which means I need to go now. Well, this part is done now. Then we just need to add in color in here. I guess then this shouldn't be black, but instead red, as that is the default color of nodes. Let's restart that with that. Iron. Copper. Steel. Doesn't look as nice, but I think it's more appropriate to have it be the color of the item. I guess since I already did that, the default color of an item. Oh wait, we can test it out right away. Let's see. Default color of an item should be red. And so the color here should be model.color. But then, let's say in this function over here, let's create a new one. Here we can say if text equals copper color. See, a very coppery color. Chocolate. If text is copper, then it will do that function instead, which is identical to this function, except for that it will also bring chocolate into its constructor. Let's quickly add in another one of these. Else if iron, then dark gray. I will fix that part later. I will just fix the association. So here, so still just have the default color. With an association, it's got a copper color. And iron got an iron color. And steel got the default color. I guess the easiest way to get around this, well, there are two easy ways. One is this rectangle has no color. If you make it so that it has no color, instead having a gray gradient, which would be a gradient with a gradient stop. Oh, whoa. Accidentally activate my wallpaper there. I you people won't hear it as I have multiple channels on my audio when recording. But my wallpapers play music. Almost all of them. Gradient. We can have gray. Let's have thin gray. It's just dark gray or dim gray. It's dark gray. Is that the lightest one of them? Yes. Let's say dark gray in position 0, 0. We can then put gray in position 1.0. And now, go into associations, copper. There should be a very slight gradient here. I can't really see it. But when moving it around, you can see it. Up there, iron gets pretty much invincible, but down here, it does not. Though I guess the better way to solve the issue would be to add a border model. Let's say border dot color black border dot width 2 copper radius 2 copper iron steel circuit board. I need to delete. This. Well, you will need to delete in both ways. But anyways, that seems to work fine. I think we have a complete thing. Or, I say complete. We're not complete. Oh. But I think we have a complete video at least. And we have started on associations. Right now, this is pretty much the whole way there, but realistically, I need to add a row model. What is it called again? Row delegate, row layout. To separate so that here is the naming part. Well, I guess we don't need any coloring part. So I guess actually the name can go all the way until we get a tiny square at the end there where the picture will go. And when it comes to pictures, yeah, that will be a difficult thing that takes a bit of time. Because we'll need a way to import pictures into the project. I've used pictures in projects before. Might even be able to demonstrate that right away. So we'll run the GI dungeon. I am Celestial. I'm Zobo. I am Mage. Right. Healing this one is not too great. I should have made an improvement on that. Actually, coming to think of it, I don't. I don't actually. Yeah, no. I do not have any pictures there. I really gotta continue on this sometime. Yeah, environments/enemy visual. Look at that great picture. But I have played with pictures before on a project on my work laptop. I don't think you can record that where you are now. But yeah. Adding pictures beforehand is rather easy. But I don't really know what to do when it comes to adding pictures that will work even after it becomes an exe file. So I guess that we'll have to figure out together. Sounds tedious. Anyways, that will have to wait for this episode. Hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.